All right, I am ready, and let's get it started. What I want to really start off with first, happy Independence Day for anybody that is in America, and two, don't forget, um, I am posting in the stream thread, and it's going to at everybody. But we are our final our grand biggest giveaway that we're doing so far is a whole month of Benzinga Pro for free. And if you already have Benzinga Pro, it's $110 value. That will give you 110 bucks cash. Don't know why there's only like 9 people signed up for it. Sounds like y'all are wasting a whole lot of opportunity. I mean, even if you don't want to pay for it, at least get it for 1 month free. It's going to make you your money back. Trust me. Next, I want to say thank you so much. There's been so much growing support. People are loving what we're doing here, and I'm loving that we actually are able to do it for you guys. I'm slowly working on a career transition, not career, but job transition. So I can work more at home and I can be here for y'all and more available for you. And with that being said, let me go ahead and talk about a couple of my positions and a couple of plays that have gone down this week. I want to talk about Gene US first. Gene US is a very interesting creature. It started spiking on Friday because the CEO announced that he's going to have some quote unquote exciting news. And as long as I've been trading, I've always been saying, buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I could give US and how I was burnt with the launching of their site. I was like, you know what? I could care less if Gene US runs to $10 after their announcement. I am not going to hold past the announcement. I'll play the price action after. I want to get in on this play. I only had 16 shares because I bought options. You can see here I sunk the rest of my liquidity in options, and I didn't really have enough to play with on GNUS. But we both saw the spike around the same time. We were talking about it in Stock Squawk, which is a whole reason why you want to be in Stock Squawk in the mornings, because you never know what you might hear us talk about in the morning. And we saw the breakout consolidation, and I wanted to see if it could actually make this a solid point. After we started seeing the downtrend here in the morning, I really didn't. I wanted to see it hold this as resistance, and sure enough did, and my entry was actually right here. 257. I got in on my entry. And some traders would have sold it right here just to take that quick scalp. Hell no, bro. I wrote it. I should have sold it at 390, but honestly, that right there is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful short squeeze. What you see going on right here from here to there, that's a beautiful short squeeze. It just runs up with almost no selling power in it, and that's how you really identify a short squeeze. Because I mean, just looking at the chart, most charts, you're not going to get a huge run up continuously with so little red, and while the rest of the day you see like it does its run up, and then you have a good few reds, and then a nice downtrend. And this one was just a longer trend like that, and that's what I think that that day is a lot of people buying, and then once it broke $3, we're like, oh shit, we need to get out of here, and it just flew it. I didn't sell at 290. I actually sold in the weakness. That's what I'm still trying to get better at, is not panic selling. If I can zoom in, it actually did dip below where I wanted it to, down to 320. And like I said, I didn't panic. I was also working, so it helped keep my mind off of it. And whenever I saw it back closer to 357, whenever it got to what was it, 352? I set my limit for 350 on this upswing, and I got filled at 352. So it was a nice dollar ride from 257 to 352. It's 95 cents, but shit, that was awesome. I made $16 on a $40 bet. Imagine, like, my normal betting price is $500. Normal. I mean, Mark has held me up. I'm going to hold Mark off for the last, by the way, guys. So, next, let's look at FLIR. Now, I just want to say, if y'all are ever on Stock Twats, don't ever talk bad about Mark and say FLIR is a better company. $45 stock and Mark only has a $2 stock. Duh, Mark is not as good as FLIR. That's duh. But regardless, I called it the other day. I'm like, what was it? Thursday night, I made a case study, and I'm like, no, it wasn't Thursday night. It was Wednesday night off this spike. I made a case study going over FLIR just because that's what won off my Twitter poll, and I'm like, this is probably going to be my first options play, and sure enough, it was my first options play. I'm at the money right now on both of these. I mean, only six. I'm a little under the money on this one. It's 6 cents under. But this one, it's literally right at the price that I bought it for. FLIR, I bought a $45 call strike, a 45 call strike, and that's me betting that the stock is going to be at or above $45 by August 21st. And the other one is a $50 call strike, which I'll probably end up selling because I didn't really mean to buy that. I was still messing with my option settings and had it open and didn't see that I needed to close it. Newbie mistake, but hey, it happens. And then Mark. My Mark call option is actually in the money right now, and I did this for a $3 call option. So that is why I love options, because you can see it's not a lot. It's only one option. I spent $50 on it, but I'm up $3 off a 5-cent option move, even though the stock moved 8 cents, and the percentage that I'm up there here, I can actually no, it won't show you a difference just based off the day. But the percentages that you can get out of options is a lot more than you can get out of just holding the stock. And the stock doesn't even need to be at the strike price that you called it for. My Mark strike price is $3. It's not even $3 yet, and I'm already gaining money on this stock because it's a highly looked at stock. It's highly interest. People are expecting the earnings to be better than what's anticipated, and it just seems to me that it will be above $3 before August 21st. So once it gets above $3, then the value of my option is going to go up so much. It's stupid, because then people are like, okay, say that it goes up, it breaks out into the $5 range, comes down in it, and it's consolidating at $4. Well, I have an option that guarantees anybody who wants to buy this that they can buy it at $3 before August 21st. That makes it more valuable. The more time that you have for this option to actually increase in price, the more valuable the option will be. So it will degrade over time, but I digress on that fact. But FLIR did, if you bought it whenever I was saying that this FLIR is going to run, which was right here in Wednesday, I mean, it did run. It's up $2.50, which is big for this stock because this stock does not move that much. It really doesn't. And that's how come I wanted an option. So in my opinion, if you have stocks that you want volatility still, But if it's not moving that much, you want to go ahead and that's just my opinion. And they have earnings coming up, and they've been getting a whole lot of government contracts. They're in the thermal play, yada yada yada. So I feel like their earnings are in sympathy with Mark. So with that being said, Mark. Marky. Everybody loves Mark, right? Don't talk shit about Mark because people will yell at you on Stock Twats. I just got done doing an interview with another little bit of a deep dive on Mark, showing the legitimacy of some of these businesses that they're actually going to be working with. Some of the new businesses, like they're working with UMC Medical Center in Las Vegas. It is a huge hospital, like a 5-story hospital. That's huge. That's big. And then they are the official medical sponsors of some sports teams, which is going to be even bigger. Like the contracts and the things that Shing is doing is just freaking unbelievable. Remark Holdings isn't a company that makes anything. It is a holdings company. They buy stakes in other companies and make money off of that by owning part of the company. So Shing, the CEO of Remark, they don't just have a stake in ShareCare. He is on the board of ShareCare. He's part owner of this company. So when ShareCare IPOs, that is going to make Remark Holdings value intrinsically even more valuable because he has a foot in the door, putting thermal cameras, putting AI, putting things that can be useful for not only medicine, but sports, for any gatherings, restaurants, hotels, casinos, traffic cameras. Their technology is way more than thermal cameras. And this thermal camera was the perfect sector for him to get his foot in the door in America. Because that was one thing that they really couldn't do. Because if this came out beforehand, people would be like, oh, communist China, we don't want that. But honestly, it's just data tracking. We track data anyways. Everybody, like, your data is tracked on the phone. If you have a TikTok, well, guess what? Your shit's being sold to China because TikTok is owned by China. Just saying, like, it's interesting to see that America is going to be eventually transitioned into AI assisted surveillance, but at the same time, it's not just surveillance; it's info gathering. And we all know that data is the most valuable currency in the world right now. It's data. It's worth way more than $1. Whenever I was doing building websites for businesses, I would get them email lists. Those email lists would cost like $500 for a list of 100 emails that are, highly responsive clients. That's not cheap, comparatively, and that's just data, just giving me some emails off some demographics that we have a standard for. So I see Mark is going to destroy their earnings. Their EPS estimate is 0.7, which is the lowest it's been in a while. And their estimated revenue, Goose, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like $1.7 million that they're estimated for revenue. And at the locations of their contracts that are confirmed, they need more than one camera. And I just see them going to be huge. Also, I kind of recapped this in the video I'll be releasing after I get off here. Remark, like I said, Remark Holdings is a holdings company. Goose, we actually had this question beforehand. Where did the money go with the ConCon deal with all of these schools? Well, since Remark Holdings is a holdings company, the money doesn't necessarily have to go through them. 1.31, okay. So ConCon could have absorbed all of that money from those contracts, but Mark made money because they own part of ConCon. So that's what I figured out. And with that being said, I'm going to go more basic into options in an actual video. But I do kind of want to tell y'all what the basics is if you don't know it. Everybody, if you have a cash account with E-Trade, I'm pretty sure you're going to get the level 1 options package for free. How high do I believe, like a number? Yeah, honestly, if I were to put a number on Mark, I would say $20 would be an estimated price. That would be a good valuation of the company as of now. Am I going to hold till 20? Probably not. But yeah, Mark estimated $20. I almost want to say it's going to be worth more than XBA, because Mark doesn't drop offerings like XBA does. Mark doesn't need money like XBA does. I almost want to say I would put Mark at FLIR prices at $40. I am going to be holding through earnings. This earnings, I am going to be holding through it. I'll probably be holding up into Q2 earnings, but I'll be taking profits along the way for sure. For sure, I'll be taking profits along the way. Yeah, those estimations are amazing. And the fact that it came out after close is hilarious, because if those estimations came out beginning of the day on Thursday, or if today was a trading day, it would have skyrocketed. Trust me. Those estimations were on Benzinga Pro. Here, I don't have it open, but Goose, show them. Goose, and show them where you found those estimates. Okay, so options. There's two main types of options. There's a call option and there's a put option. A call option is saying, I am betting that this stock is going to be at this higher price at this certain date in the future. A put option is saying, I am betting the stock will be at this lower price by this time in certain time in the future. What the option actually is it gives you the right to buy 100 shares of a singular stock at the option price, or at the that strike price, the selected price that you wanted. So with Mark, I have one option for the strike price of $3. So I have the right now to go ahead and execute my option to buy my 100 shares of Mark at $3. I'd be down, but that I could. With that being said, technically right now I'm up on Mark. So I could just sell my option on Mark and be up money instead of buying that strike, that executing the option and getting those shares. So you don't really necessarily want to always execute options. That's a bad idea. You just want to trade them like you're trading stocks, because they're volatile and they go up and down just like stocks do. So now with puts, you're saying I am buying this stock at this lower price now. And you will get the money for that put, but you're going to have to buy out of your put, just kind of like a short is. So it's interesting to say the least. And stocks are very, very convoluted. A lot of options are very convoluted. You have a whole lot of information to jam in there. So that's just a basic. What an option is, it gives you the right to buy a certain amount of stock at a certain price by a certain date. What kind of options are there? Basic, there's a call option where you're betting the stock is going to go up, and there's a put option where you're betting the stock is going to go down. And right now, that's all I'm going to really go into. Like I said, I'm actually writing a massive script on the stuff that I've dumped into my brain over the past week and a half of options, because I've watched easily 100 hours of videos on options alone. Just because that's what I do. If I find something interesting, that's what I did with Tim Sykes' videos too. Find something interesting, I put it on almost 2 times speed, and just listen to it, watch it. If something I missed that I want to know again, I'll watch the whole damn video again, just so I solidify every single point in there. So, with that being said, that's essentially all I got. Remember, I do see you white names in here. We do have our Subscribe Star that allows you to upgrade your membership, kind of like Noah Lowe 19. She is a a deluxe member, and so they get access to like our learning stuff, our watch list every day, every week, and all that fun stuff. So just kind of check it out. It's a way to support us, especially since we have some exciting stuff coming out in the pipeline. But with that being said, I'm going to get this other video. I'll go ahead and export it and upload it because people are waiting for it. And y'all have a good one. And we'll have Spaz, I believe.